say, as we all would, that Meghan and Harry's recent visit back here to the United Kingdom was less than a stellar success. But of course, when you do come back to your homeland, you reevaluate things, don't you? You decide what you're going to do moving forward. Was it the place for you? And as we recently heard by the former Royal Prince Harry, he basically said that California was now his home. Remember that conversation? He sat down, of course, with a US TV network and basically claimed that he was popping in to see the Queen to check that everybody around her was the right sort of person. That went down well. But now what's the outcome of that recent visit back here to the United Kingdom? And more importantly, why is Meghan deciding to go it alone? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you so much for joining me. As ever, welcome one and all. Now, hope you're all keeping well, as I truly say every day, I really mean that. And also, listen, I can't believe this when you look at it. One of my favourite TV shows is coming back to Blu-ray. It doesn't really mean much to me, but it's been reissued. And I don't know if you remember this at all, but I always like to share these things with you. As I often say here, I know I get told off, but I do like to talk to you, the people that matter, the people that need some company. We all like each other's company from time to time, don't we? But do you remember, this is going to age you all now, do you remember, of course, the brilliant Bionic Woman? It starred the beautiful Lindsay Wagner. And I remember everybody at school, you know, just pushing their hair back behind their ears. Do you remember? Because you could eavesdrop on conversations. I think that's called just being nosy. But of course, it was a big thing, wasn't it? For the Bionic Woman, she was, of course, the counterpart to the $6 million man, played by the brilliant Lee Majors. I love Lee Majors. He's still with us, you know. Still looks as fantastic as ever. But yes, if you are a fan of the Bionic Woman, it is coming back. It's going to be re-released out in August of this year in certain parts of the world. So that dates you, yes, because it popped up from 1976 to 1978. I was very young when that came out, that's all I'm going to say. Back as ever though to your breaking roll story of the day. This particular story caught my eye because honestly, you know, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Harry and Meghan popped back for that celebration of the Jubilee, and everybody thought, well, you know, this is it, they're going to come back, hopefully fences would be mended, all that sort of stuff. Then we found out that they weren't going to be mended. And I think what's been difficult for Harry and Meghan is the fact that obviously they knew where they stood within the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, but I don't think they truly realised just how bad things could be. Now, according to a very good source out in Montecito, Meghan has decided to do this. The evaluation of the two has been really difficult for them because I truly believe that when Harry came back, he thought, and you know, let's not forget that he really did sort of up sticks quite quickly in one of those famous temper tantrum moments that Prince Harry has, and decided of a new life back in California. He thought this was going to be the bee's knees for him, and as we can see, he looks more dejected and fed up than ever. If he thought that this was going to be the place that was going to bring him happiness, I don't necessarily see it on his face, do you, as much as I'd like to see it. Nobody wants to see anyone unhappy or fed up. According to that good source, both Meghan and Harry, particularly Meghan, feel that now the time is, well, right, and as ever we have to say allegedly, to draw a line under the United Kingdom. I think she in particular felt that the welcome wasn't as open and as welcoming as she had have hoped. Now we can all spate the fact that, of course, she was the one that went on international television. She was the one that made all these outlandish claims that have yet to be proven correct. You know, the secret wedding, the passport, the endless sort of bickering and bullying and falling out, that sort of stuff. What did she truly expect? But for Harry and Meghan moving forward, and I suspect this is more Meghan than Harry, and this comes from a very good source, she really now does want to cement their life out into the United States. But I'm not so convinced about him. You know, it's been very difficult because he had, as he spoke to a very good source, a flashback of a moment, of course, of a life that he left behind. And when you think about it, sitting and watching the fantastic celebrations of the Platinum Jubilee, he must have wondered where his place now was within the British monarchy. However, when you're in a partnership with someone, you have to, well, decide what they want to do as well. And clearly, Meghan has decided that the United Kingdom isn't really the home for her. Or was it ever? You know, did she really give it a thorough chance when you think about it? She wasn't here long enough really to enjoy any substantial amount of royal life. According to that good source, Meghan Markle in particular has drawn a line under the United Kingdom. And if they do return, that will only be for family visits. So for the lease on Frogmore Cottage, which is of course their home out in Windsor, that could remain empty for many months, maybe years to come. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.